Okay, so now we're going to look at level 2 of building the strength and the mobility in our wrists. Again, we're just going to start with basic little warm-up. Make sure you warm up the wrists. So we're locking out the elbows, the fingers are forward, and we're just going to rock backwards and forwards in this position. Where we can start to do some big circles. Again, keeping the palms down. Just spend some time taking yourself through that end range, trying to warm up the wrists as we go. Once you've done that, the fingers are out. Again, you can just go side to side, trying to push the shoulders as far across as you can. Or if you want, you can start to do some big circles and change direction. Feeling the stretch in those wrists. You can bring the back of the hands together so the wrists are in a little bit closer. This will shorten the range of motion, but we'll get a deeper stretch as we start to spend time moving around in this position. We take the fingers back towards us, okay? We're just gonna rock backwards and forwards. The further away I start to bring the hands, the deeper that stretch will be, but we don't wanna see the palms lifting up. Always be pushing the palms down, okay? As you rock backwards and forwards in that position. We spin right around. Can we get the hands in a little bit? And then we're just gonna do some circles in this position as well. And once you've done that, just a few little circles backwards and forwards, loosen those off. Okay, so now we're going to look at the wrist press ups again. So in the last phase of the level 1, we were just on our knees doing this, taking the hands down, pushing back up in that position. I now want you to come to more of a kneeling push-up type position. Okay, remember how we set the thumb up, the thumb around, not over the top. Okay. In this position, I want you to do a press up. So we're locked. We're going to take the back of the wrist to the ground, go down, push up, make fist at the top, lock out the elbows again. Okay. So back of the wrist down, push up, lock out the wrists, nice and strong. Let's aim for a set of around about 10 of those. If they're too painful, then regress back to level 1 and spend more time preparing the wrists for this movement. After we've done that, we're going to go back to the first knuckle push-ups. So this is one where we're kneeling and we're lifting up and coming back down, lifting up, coming back down. Now I want you to do that in kneeling press up position. So we lift and we come down, and we lift and we come down. In this position, the thumb is off the ground, and then I'm just rolling back with the palm and placing it on the floor, okay? If this is still too difficult at this point, then what I can do is I can shift the weight. So I move the weight across to 1 and I push up, try to keep the elbow locked, come down, other side, push up, come back down, and just spend a bit of time. I can have this up and rock across and then push down, lift up without the weight, bring the weight across, then come down. But over time it'll start to build some strength in the hands, which is going to definitely help us with our handstand movements. Okay, after we've done that, we're going to go back to the wrist rocks. So again, in my kneeling push-up position on the fists, now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to take my elbows towards the ground. So I'm rocking back on the wrists, and then lifting up, and then rocking away on the wrists, okay? Back to the neutral, back down, back up, rock away. Okay? So just starting to build some strength in the wrist this way, which will be good for our gymnastics rings and good for our P-bar work. Okay, last one I'm going to look at is just on the fingertips. So we're just setting up the fingertips. We're going to come back to the press up position again, and then I want you to start to bring down, push, chest all the way to the floor, pushing all the way up, walking out the elbows at the top, all right, and just being on the fingertips to try and build some strength again in the fingers. Again, this is another progression where we're adding more load now, so we've gone from just being in a kneeling position to now being in more of that kneeling push-up position. Take your time with this. It's going to be a few weeks of practicing these movements to improve the mobility in the wrists and to improve the strength in the wrists before we can progress to the next level and we start doing everything in a push-up position.